everybody. I am suddenly... Is this volume controlled by here? I think it is. Okay, let's just turn it all the way up then. And I thought I would be able to monitor this, but I don't think I will. Let me take this out for a second. Put that in. I'm gonna just monitor and see how this audio is. So we're gonna play Dragon Quest Android because I cheat and use my phone as my webcam. I haven't set it up on my iPad or something to be my cheat. Instead, we have no camera today. That's fine. Who wants to see my other move anyway? Just 2 more seconds. I think I should be live. Yep. And there's audio. Do you hear me? Yeah, you do. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. It's a little bit too loud for how loud I'm talking. Okay, and we're just gonna go until my batteries run out because the power's connected right here, so that's hard to deal with. Can't have the echo like that. Power's connected right here. So. Whoops. All right. New adventure log. This is the phone version of Dragon Quest. And I believe what we were doing now is going with Dan so that it's the same in all the games. Message speed, let's go up to 3. Confirm. Music, sound effects. Dan, scion of the bloodline of Erdrick, hero of legend, long have I awaited thy coming. In days of yore, thy revered ancestor did receive of the almighty goddess the sphere of light. By its power our world rid of the menace which did beset it. Yet, alas, some few years past, there did arise a new threat, the Dragon Lord. With his cunning he did steal away the sphere of light from us, plunging the land into darkness once more. Should this state of affairs be suffered to continue, the night must surely take unrelenting hold, and our realm perish. So I say unto thee, Dan of the bloodline of heroes, vanquish the accursed Dragon Lord, and reclaim the sphere of light. In the chests or yonder wilt thou find items to aid thee on thy quest. Take what thou wilt with my blessing. Partake thee also of the wisdom of these loyal subjects gathered here in my throne room. Doubt but not that their knowledge will serve thee as well as any shield. May the goddess guide thee to victory and return thee unto us ere long, brave Dan. Woo! That is definitely wordier than I remember it being. Let's see, we got settings. Let's move the... Center. Left. Let's go small. Let's move it. I'll leave it in the center. Like that. Alright. So, come before me once thou art ready to embark on thy quest. I shall await thy return, brave Dan. This is the mobile port, 120. The Android mobile port. Specifically, a magic key of Dragon Quest. And dost thou know aught of poor Princess Gwaelin? No. Princess Gwaelin is the sole heir of His Majesty the King. Since the untimely death of Her Majesty the Queen, Gwaelin hath been our beloved ruler's sole source of comfort. Alas, a half year prior to this day, foul monsters saw fit to tear the princess from the bosom of we, her people. His Majesty speaketh not of the tragedy, but 'tis plain the loss doth pain him deeply. Brave Dan, I beg of thee, deliver the princess from her plight. Wow, the localization is so much better. Prithee, tarry a while longer. Forgive me, but I would fain furnish thee with such counsels may be of use on thy quest. Tap the menu icon beside the directional pad, and thy menu shall appear. Therein canst thou alter thine equipment and take note of thy strengths and weaknesses. And shouldst thou ever fall prey to puzzlement, tap the misc, which resideth also within the menu. Do this, and thou shalt surely find some timeless words of wisdom which shall set thee right again. Now go forth, and may the winds of battle favor thee. Whew. To the east of the castle lieth a sizable settlement. Therein shalt thou find establishments offering weapons and armor which will serve thee well upon the battlefield. Shouldst thou ever come to harm in battle, lay thy head to rest at an inn. Thy wounds will be healed ere thou wakest. If thou hast partaken of the contents of each and every chest, thou shalt not by now have found a magic key. Use thee this key to open yonder door, and thou shalt lose it forever. Yet use it thou must, for beyond that door thine adventure begins in earnest. Okay, yes. I gotta... Let's go with a little... Do not disturb. So, one of the interesting little bits... Oh, man, this is just permanently on this side now, huh? If thou wouldst rejoin that quest from a point of thy choosing, thou must needs record thy deeds in an adventure log. If thou wouldst rest from thy quest a while, thou must request of the king that thy deeds be recorded in an adventure log. In days of yore, lo, the fair city of Tentacle was a veritable fairground wherein the merrymakers of the world did play. And yet now we are beset on all sides by foul fiends, and the golden days are no more. Ah, sweet memory. Ah. Sigh. Oh, princess, where art thou? Could it be that the foul fiends who took thee have taken thy young life also? Nay, we cannot. We must not surrender to despair. Brave Dan, I prithee, forget all that I said. Henceforth, hope and hope alone shall guide me. Wow. If thou questeth in caves or dungeons dank, a torch or two will serve thee well, friend. It is in places where the darkness doth penetrate most deeply that the fiends do throng thickest. Interesting. Peeks inside, nothing. Peeks inside, nothing. Peeks inside, medicinal herb. Oh, Princess Gwaelin. Okay. One of the, when dark doth spread across the land, the light shall return by Erdrick's hand. O Almighty Goddess, we pray that the ancient teachings hold true. May that light shine upon man's quest. So what I was trying to say before is that this is the first Dragon Quest. Well, it's in the description, actually. The first Dragon Quest that was released as Dragon Quest and not Dragon Warrior. Dragon Quest VIII was the first Dragon Quest that was released as Dragon Quest, not Dragon Warrior. This specific version of Dragon Quest is the first time, like this specific port is the first time that Dragon Quest, as the original game, came out in America with the name Dragon Quest. Not the first time that the series used Dragon Quest. So this is the first time of that. I ply the trade of traveling merchant. Lo, countless of our brotherhood are fallen at the hands of roaming beasts of late. Full many friends have I lost. Merely to speak of them bringeth tears to mine eyes. Didst thou hear the rumors? They speak of a town laid to ruin by marauding monsters. So that is an important sort of milestone. This game is now Dragon Quest in the West. Thy first priority must ever be to hone thy skills by battling beasts. As thou gainest in experience, thy level shall increase, and so too shall thy might. This new translation is also part of this thing. Would that I might pass all the remaining days of my life alone with my beloved, yet the knowledge that a monster might rob us of this simple joy at any moment weigheth heavy on my mind. So, pretty much, to be alone with my beloved is to forget all that threateneth this world. But alas, I cannot put our plight entirely from my thoughts. For my lover informs me that, were our world to be destroyed, our love too must surely perish. And over here, no door may be opened without a key. But alas, 'tis the curse of the magic key to crumble into dust after but a single use. So, this game obviously in Japan has come out multiple times. But the last time that this was out in English in the United States was the Dragon Warrior Game Boy game that we all played together. Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. Welcome unto thee, friend. Prithee, make thy way into the premises and stake thy business over the counter. So, what are we going to get? I always skip the spear. It's not worth it. I can't afford the sword. So I'll go Oaken Club. 60 gold coins, yes. Yes, I will equip it. But of course thou wilt. Wherefore wouldst thou purchase such a treasure only for it to remain unused? I equip with myself. Yes, I'll buy something else. I guess just the plain clothes. Because that's all I can afford. Yes. No. but this is based on the Super Nintendo game, which, you know, Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 was based off of as well. The Castle Town of Tentacle Biz, the Welcome Wanderer. So that's why the town is set up like this. There's now a bank down here, just like before. Let's see. There's the bank. Within these stout walls, thy gold and thy treasure shall be ever be safe. What pray that might thy pleasure be on this day? That has almost things. But the other sort of coughs butter. Beware that poisonous marshes, friend. Shouldst thou attempt to cross them when thou art not in full good health, misery and death shall be thy sole reward. The big important point is that many a courageous young adventurer hath set forth from Tentacle Town. Alas, nary one of them have returned. Cannot help but fear that we are allowing thee to go forth to thy doom, Dan. No, I'll be okay, bud. I am a wandering merchant, hailing originally from fair Galenholm. 'Tis a handsome settlement far to the north of here, and west along the coast. The lands twixt here and there are home to monstrous multitudes, who hesitate not to make a meal of unwary wanderers. Verily, 'tis a miracle that I arrived here in possession of my beloved life. Wherever the path of adventure leadeth thee, beware of bridges, for verily, beyond each bridge wilt thou find ever more fearsome beasts. Friend, hast thou heard? Yea, 'tis said that a town far distant from this place magic keys are sold as though they grow on the very trees. Well, not for free. Hast thou heard the tale of great bard Galen? They say he took his beloved lyre to his grave. Oh, to have heard him play. All the same stuff. I'm engaged in the study of methods for removal of curses. Should thou ever find thyself afflicted, pray seek me out, and I shall be glad to aid thee. I normally would be taking notes on some stuff, but it's just a little bit more difficult with the phone. Thou art of blood of the mighty Erdix, thou sayest, hast thou proof? Yea, fie! Wherefore maketh thou such grand claims when thou possesseth nary a sign, seal, nor signet, but tokening thy heritage? If thou art truly descended from Erdrick, thou must needs bear proof of thy birthright. I've never showed that guy proof. I should show him one of these days. Tee-hee. Nay, thou art mistaken. I am not the fair Princess Gwaelin blush, though the comparison doth flatter me greatly. Oh, thou art silver-tongued indeed, my lord. Verily, take me with thee. So now she's going to follow me. Welcome, friend. Welcome unto thee. Prithee make thy way inside, and we shall be delighted to assist thee. That was something that started in the Super Nintendo. To the south there lieth a great fortress shrouded in myth. Mayhaps thou hast espied on thy travels. Well, stray not near it, for 'tis the home of the Dragon Lord. Though merely to mention his name doth strike fear into my heart. Thou art welcome. How may we be of service? A purchase. Do you have the dragon scales? Yes. Dragon scale. Yes. That's it. Okay. Items. Oh, I had a bamboo spear. Dragon scale. Equip. Wonderful. Status. Cool. Have no spells. So along with the way that the name is sort of unified, I sort of liken this to when, oh look, there's oh wow, and you have a world map too. How fancy! I sort of liken it to Final Fantasy VIII. I think is the one where they changed the spells to be not just Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3. But Fire Raga, I think. I'd need to double check that it wasn't Final Fantasy VII that had it that way. Man, my phone is bigger, I think, than what this port is expecting it to be, because look at where that... It's like right in the middle of the screen. Come on, monsters. So anyway, you know, there was a point where in America, we didn't say Fire Raga, Fire Raja, you know, and there had to be a big shift. And this was when the big shift happened for Dragon Quest. By this, I mean when Dragon Quest VIII came out. So now we have Frizz and Crack and, you know, all these different names for things that didn't have a unified name, or that the names were kind of nonsense, like Hurt or Heal, you know, like it, I mean, those aren't bad names. They're just less descriptive names, and they have less character. And, you know, whenever it is I've never played the Dragon Warrior 7 localization, so I don't know if it has like quirky accents and interesting, localization choices, or if it is more middle of the road, the way that they decide to take on the different regions and everything. But I know that by the time they got to Dragon Quest 8 in the US localization, there's a guy with a full-on Cockney accent, and the first town has people like with Russian accents and stuff like that. So gosh, that is not quick. Oh, I guess it was playing the jingle, I couldn't hear it. Level 2, 4 gold coins, but I don't have a spell yet, I don't think. Yeah, I don't need that. So yeah, this is when, like, around when Dragon Quest 8 comes out is when Dragon Quest finally starts to have its own identity. And I think that was really meaningful. Like, yes, it did have stuff before with Dragon Warrior 1 through 4 and the 1 and 2 Game Boy ones. I kind of don't fully know how 4 Nintendo was localized, if it had the Old English or whatever. But yeah, that was a choice, but it's not as fun as the choices that they've made since then. And they still sort of persist with the Erdrick trilogy to have those accents, as you saw, just to sort of unify the experience between the, because it's just sort of the identity. Dragon Warrior had it, and so for people in the US, they say, oh, they expect it to have this kind of thing, and we did it, and we're going to be cheeky, and we're going to keep the accent like this. But it's only going to be for this part of the of the universe. And so this part of the universe has that, like, odd quirk to it. But I kind of really like it. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think it gives the series some character that it otherwise wouldn't have. So all that is to say, this is the first time that Dragon Warrior became what it is today. And I think it's much better for it. Sure, the rambling of the townspeople, like, they got to the point a little bit faster than Nintendo, but that was out of limitations of the hardware. Like, you have a little bit more space to work with. You have a little bit more ability to be flowery and fun with the way that you're writing things. So why not? Why not take advantage of it? So I'm a big fan. Let's see. I would say that we got the base equipment out of the way. We're leveling. I didn't go to Garanum. But I think what I'm going to do is go to the shrine now. And then I'll go to... I forget if it's Garanum or Galenham. I must be leveling up. Level 3. Strength by 2, agility by 2, resilience by 1, maximum HP by 2, maximum MP by 4. I learned the heal spell. I got 8 gold coins. But I shouldn't have any MP because I haven't... Like, I don't think you heal and level up in this game. No, I don't. So even though it's less necessary, we're going to go and do our XP trick. Not XP, MP trick. I think it's really important that they made Dragon Quest unified and modern in a way, and I think that now it's sort of has an identity, and I think that people maybe give it short shrift by claiming that it's just this really old school RPG that is mired in the past and, you know, is way too traditional. It's fun. It's straight up fun. And I think it's a really special game. And I have fun with it. A really special series too. So if I recall, there are no monsters in here. Oh, sorry about the break, by the way. You know, it was the holiday. I was taking some time. Spent a lot of time with my family and had a really good Thanksgiving, and then another week of just sort of getting through life and taking it easy. And, you know, I've come out on the other side. I'm ready to do a couple weeks of streaming every so often. And then, yeah, we're going to have to go back to no streaming for the holidays again. But here we go. Dan examines the stone tablet. The following message is etched onto its surface. I am Erdrick. Hear me well, bearer of my blood, heir to my destiny. If you would reach the evil island visible from Tantigal's shore, you will require the 3 sacred artifacts. Gather them, and you may yet cross to that accursed isle and destroy the source of all evil, as I too did so long ago. Before my passing, I entrusted the 3 objects to 3 great sages. If the fates have been kind, their descendants guard them still. When evil rules the ill-starred isle once more, gather the hallowed triad and strike a blow for the cause of light. No doubt those of the line of the sages await you somewhere in this world. Seek them out. Blood of my blood, child of my children, go forth and fulfill your destiny. Very cool. Very cool. And I know that I'm going to be even more impressed with what they have done with this in the HD 2D version, because I've played it for a couple minutes, and I've played 3, and 3 is phenomenal. Like, they have taken 3 and done such incredible things with it. And I'm very excited to play the HD 2D of 1 and 2, because I think that that's a really cool game. And from what I've heard, like, everybody just says, like, wow, they really did a really good job with it. Brave Wanderer, wilt thou hear a song? Yes. Excellent. I don't know what this sounds like because I don't have my earbuds in. I thank thee, friend. Were it not for lovers of music such as thee, my quest to emulate the legendary bard Galen would lose all meaning. So it is not Garanham. It's Galen. I don't need the end. Welcome, settler. Wanderer to the storied settlement of Galen Holm. There we go. All right. In this humble armory, what may we be of use of? Which of our fine items tickleth thy fancy? Don't talk about my tickles and fancies. I can go leather suit. Oh, they don't have the shields here, huh? Well, I'll go leather suit. Yes. Yes. Let's sell some old equipment. We'll sell the bamboo spear. We'll sell plain clothes. I think that's all we have to sell. Yep. Thou art come from Tantigal? Then surely thou didst espy a cavernous shrine on thy journey here. 'Tis said 'twas built to honor the name of the mighty hero Erdrick. 'Twas. Thou knowest of the cause of his majesty's woe, dost thou not? Well, I did chance to espy the culprits. Who? Why, the foul fiends that did bear off the Princess Gwaelin. Eastward did they fly, ever eastward. Is there none in this realm with courage enough to go to her rescue? There is? Then I bid thee, bear word to this brave soul, whomsoever it may be. Tell him that the princess was taken to the east. I know that, kind of. I guess I don't know it yet, technically, in this game. Let's buy a torch, because I just used one. Nope, no. That was an accident. Uh-oh. still streaming okay? I think we are. Long, long ago, when the great bard Galen did at last bring his wanderings to an end, 'twas here that he did settle. Thus did the town which sprang up around his dwelling come to be known as Galenholm. It's pretty nice to have this map. It's not that important, but it's nice. Shows you where all the hotspots are too. I think the mountain cave is or the swamp or whatever is usually not the right spot to go to first. I think usually we want to go to coal first. I'm gonna go talk to the dude who's gonna tell me to go to Galenholm and get the harp. Just because we need a level up anyway, so may as well. I've lost my groove a little bit on the proper quick path for all of this because it's just been a little bit. But one can only forget so much when they've played the same video game 4 times in a row. I am still playing Dragon Quest III, and it is still very good. Prestidigitator. Sizz, that's the fire spell. Victory. I am at Baramos, and it's hard because I'm playing on Draconian mode. It's just kicking my butt. Good day, friend. Thou hast found thy way to the humble village of Cole. Prithee, stranger, tarry a while and hear the news of the village. Yonder housewife goeth by the name of Clare. Her husband did depart in search of magic keys and hath yet to return. But what manner of man must he be to leave such a beauty to wallow in solitude and woe? Humph, men. Knowest thou of Rimeldar? I hear a merchant there doth ply a trade in keys. I must not bemoan my lot. My beloved husband possesseth great dreams. Far be it for me to hinder them. Thou art welcome, wanderer, in this humble armory. I don't think 40 is enough to do anything. I want that shield, but I need 90. So the Sword of Legend is not to be found in this establishment either. Now that I do think upon it, 'twould be strange for such a treasure to be bought and sold as if 'twere a common commodity. Yeah, no kidding. Locks. Child, thine is a face fit only for the fairest of maiden. I do not doubt that thou art an uncommonly happy young fellow. He he he. Thanks, lady. They're really sort of giving up the puff puff puff. Oh, I can hardly bear it. Hee hee. Behold, the public baths. Enter wondering. Cleanse thyself. I wonder where the flute is. Dan opens up the chest drawers and rummage around outside of plain clothes. Nothing useful. Let's see to strength. Nothing useful. Lo, thou art fair indeed. Wilt thou sample the sensual puff puff for a mere 20 coins? We have to puff puff, guys. Tee-hee-hee, then let the ritual begin. Puff 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 puff. Well, art thou not alive with pleasure? Puff 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 puff. Tee-hee-hee. Alas, the ritual is ended. Thy custom is ever appreciated. Noble sir, pray visit us as often as the mood taketh thee. Obviously, that's the flute there, but I don't want to pick it up until I know what it is. Hast thou set foot upon the isle to the south of this place? No. 'Tis famed for the town Rimeldar, which standeth proudly upon it. Ah, the key place. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm still fine. Brave Dan, bearer of the blood of Erdrick, hero of legend, know that thy weapon will not serve to vanquish the Dragon Lord. The sword of thine ancestor remaineth still in the land. Seek it out and let it cleanse our realm of evil once more. I guess he's another person that I could talk to and be like, hey, what do you think of this sword? Once I find the right one. Should probably heal up. The traveler did tell me of a cave at the sea's edge south of this place in which languisheth a maiden most fair. But the cave in question is overrun with foul fiends. Pray, how might a delicate damsel survive in such a hellish hole? More likely doth it seem that the traveler, driven mad with fear, did glimpse a phantom of his mind's old making. Yeah, can't be the princess. Thou art welcome, wanderer, in this our humble item shop. What pray thee may be service, purchase, blah, blah, blah. Yes, nothing I actually want. Oops. Let's see what this soldier has to say. I forget exactly what his deal is. True. No, formidable indeed, the towering golem feareth but one thing, the painfully pure tones of the fairy flute. Some creatures cannot be vanquished by main force alone, yet all are possessed of a weakness. Learn of it and exploit it. Indeed. I could use some more MP. That's my main weakness right now. See strength. Ooh, by 3. That's lucky. Let's go see the sage. This is the nice sage, if I recall. The sage in the island south of here is my nemesis. The Dragon Quest strength, agility, resilience, maximum HP by 6, maximum MP by 6. I learned Sizz. Dragon Quest 3 is phenomenal, and I really like the job that they did. I think the thing that I've been most impressed by is just like the feeling of loneliness as you're playing it. Like, that's pretty fancy. Thou art Dan, art thou not? Word of thy quest to defeat the Dragon Lord hath reached even unto this far-flung place. Alas, thy foe is blessed with strength beyond reckoning, and I cannot suffer thee to go to thy certain doom. Therefore thou must first be tested. Somewhere in this world there is a harp unto whose melody the beasts of the wild do flock as moths to a flame. Bring me this curious instrument, and the staff of rain shall be thine. Yep. Oh. Somebody's talking to me. Let's see. First time, is it free to play? I can see the message. It is not free to play. Sorry. I just see this now, Veronica. This game is, gosh, I think they sell it for $7 or $8. It's not free. It's not super it's not as expensive as their other ones. Like, I think Dragon Warrior 8 they sell for a premium, and or Dragon Quest 8, sorry. And Dragon Quest like 5 and all the DS ones, I think they sell for $15 or something like that. I don't know. It's like 15 or 20, but this one I think is only like $8. I want to say it's not super expensive. Sorry that I missed your chat. It's just I'm looking at my phone because that's where I'm playing, and I should actually have it on in the background here on my desktop, like on mute, but I can't do it now because I don't want to mess with, chance with messing with the audio. But maybe for next time. Oops. Okay, what should I do now? I think I need to like save up some cash so that I can buy the shield and stuff, and I think that's like 90 gold. So I think if I head toward Cole and I fight around there for a little bit, raise some money, I should be in good shape. Once I can buy the shield for 90 gold. And then after I get that shield, I can probably... I'm trying to think about what I need to do, because I have this sort of... I had my usual routine down pat. I've been to Cole, so I guess I can actually take that off of here. So So I need a level and get gold. I always want something to be here, but there's nothing here. Dracolite. And I haven't seen the scorpion. Oh, he's kind of kicking my butt. I might die if he goes first. Okay. Yikes. I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing. What is my max HP? $29. The spell damage is still pretty powerful. Okay, so once I have armored up a little bit, I'll be ready to go to the swamp cave, or the whatever they call it. The mountain cave, I think, is actually the name of it. I think the swamp cave is the one where the princess is. And once I go to the swamp cave, or the mountain cave, I can level up and get the treasures in there. Oh yeah, I wanted to see how much gold I had. Oh, I have enough to get the shield. And I want to say that I then use that, yeah, I use that to propel me to go to Rimuldar. So I can get keys, so I can come back and start futzing around with stuff. Buy the shield, equipeth it forthwith. We'll sell him my plain clothes that I stole out of the, oops. That I stole out of the drawer. It's hard when your hands go over where you're actually playing. You know, if I can see the chat if I look closer to this. Yeah, I see it now. Ugh, I can't believe I missed it. I had somebody talking to me and I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. I need a better sword too. I didn't write down how much I needed. That bat gives good gold though. Does a lot of spell damage though. I haven't seen any of the scorpions. Sort of an odd way for this to go. I must be leveling. Yep. Strength by 4, agility by 2, resilience by 1, maximum HP by 4, MP by 4, 20 gold coins, which puts me at 79. Why did I think I was already over 100? Getting big for my britches is what I am. There's a scorpion. Hi, Scorpo. Let's take you out, buddy. 9 and 1. Okay. Unfortunately, I would like to heal up before I continue. Okay. I should have just checked the amount that I needed, but... Well, actually, I know what it is. A bronze sword is usually 180, or a copper sword or whatever, so I'll go to that. That'll be my goal. Get up to about 200. Go back to town, buy a new sword, and then we can start to go toward the mountain cave. Oh, a skeleton. What's up, skeleton? You're beating me in the DPS race, skeleton. I'm actually going to die, skeleton. Shameful. That'll put a damper on my cash. That thy recklessness vexes me, I shall not deny, but there is naught for it. Thou must be set upon by thy path anew. Yet swear to me that when thou next thou suffereth, thou wilt straightway to the nearest town, and there seek out an inn. Pray most fervently that thou wilt not require such aid of me again in the future. Hang on, bud. No. Okay. Yes. I almost quit without saving, it seems. Alright, so now where are we? 56. I'm going to go back over by coal because the monster situation was a little bit better. I can save up some fast cash. I just need to start using my spells against the skeleton a little bit sooner. The hard thing about it being sort of smaller and on my phone instead of playing on my monitor like I have been, you know, on my, you know, the Game Boy carts on the screen or whatever, is it's easier to sort of lose focus of what I'm doing. Get distracted, look at my computer, see the bot chats. Hello, Painful Chuck 3 PVW. You're a bot. Painful Chuck. That's a good, weird fake name. Let's get my revenge. See, now I'm outpacing him by quite a bit. Victory. He gives good gold and good experience. I think I might be back to where I was pretty much. Yeah, I am. Oh, I forgot to crank this up. Pretty embarrassing, that last death. Oh, that's nice. I got a new follow. From Veronica Adams. Thanks. Yeah, this guy needs to get sizzed too. With my sword where it is, I'm just... Since I have like the base level sword, I can't deal enough damage. Almost there. 2 more fights. Yikes. At this point I outspeed it, but that could have been another dumb phone death. Oh, another level. Strength by 4, HP by 4, MP by 3, 20 gold coins. Alright, Scorpo. I have enough for 1 heal. It's time to go home. Bye. There's the copper sword. +6 attack. Yes, I will equip it. Sell the old sword. Oh, it was a club. And then where am I saving up for next? We need about 500 for an iron axe, about 580, and about 1,000 for the iron armor. So that's good to know. We'll in up. Continue to ignore that shiny spot on the ground, because I think it's messed up that they do it like that. And we'll make our way to the mountain cave. One thing that I have not taken advantage of very much at all, really, I've been returning back to Tantegel to save, but it is sort of unnecessary because the past two games that I've been playing, Dragon Warrior on Game Boy and Dragon Quest on mobile phone, both have quick saves. So I don't need to actually go back to save. I can just quick save and close the game and come back to it wherever I was. So that is my plan. I'm going to walk over to the mountain cave and I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to be there until 10 o'clock my time, and then I'm going to go to bed. Probably. I might play Final Fantasy 14. I don't know. I still have to beat Pokemon too. I haven't beaten ZA. And they have all those new DLC. I think the new DLC comes out tomorrow, actually. Which means I should probably... I think there was like a code for items. I should go check that out. Check that out. I do think that they made this play a little bit differently from the Super Nintendo one. It's still easy, but I think it's a little bit harder than the Super Nintendo and Game Boy ones were. Okay. Now we're reminding me. I'm remembering this dungeon a little bit. Lunatic. I think I'm doing decent damage against Lunatic. It's just a little faster than me, that's all. Prestidigitator. Prestidigitator. That's a hard word, man. I think I might have wanted to be in that one out there. Yep. The only good thing about being in this place yet again is that I feel like I know it just a wee bit better. Although I do think that one of the doors in here is locked. I'm pretty sure this is a dead-end staircase. Like, I'm in a little chamber here. Yep. Yet another Scion of Erdrick wandering around. Ah, the water part. I know exactly. Well, I don't know exactly, but I have a decent idea of where I'm supposed to go. But there's, I think, 2 routes, maybe. Or maybe it's that there's more treasure a different way. Scorpion sneak attack. Yeah, there it is. There's more up here somewhere. I think I have to go back to where the water is and go out the top left. That's a treasure chest. But how do I get to that? I don't remember at all. Oh yeah, no, okay. This is what I was saying, the water. No, that's not the chest I was thinking about. There's something another slightly different way. Guess not. I think there's something to the top and to the left. Just don't remember what. Alright, I have to heal after this sortie. Spells were definitely very strong. Yeah, I need to be there. Like looking at it and saying, I need to be there, even though you can't see what I'm pointing at. But what I mean was where those pillars were. It's not that way. That's where I walked by before. I need to be where those pillars are. I want to be where those pillars are. I want to be getting lots of treasure. Opening up with, what do they call them? Lots of keys. That song's so silly. Ugh, okay. I knew it couldn't be that simple. Or that simple. But there was no exit up this way. I think I need to get out of the cave and heal. I'm running low on magic. Running out of time. I can buy another torch. Yeah, that fatigue onset is fast sometimes. Oh, what level? Strength increased by 5, agility by 7, resilience by 3, maximum HP by 1. Not so good. MP by 2. Learn snooze. Got some gold. That's where I want to be. High enough level now that I've crossed some threshold where I'm hitting harder, even though my sword is no good. Ruh-roh. Oh, it doesn't do it for you. That's good. For me, the screen turned black and white because we got to 10 o'clock, and that's what my screen does at 10. That's my battery. Looks like it's okay. Not great, but okay. Alright, let's get myself in this black and white world back to... Even though I said I don't have to, I'm going to go back to... Tantigo, save for real. Or should I just go north to Garanum? Yeah, take that, bud. Decided to be a little paranoid about my health for once. That I would get out of one of these games with 0 deaths. So, in summary, this is a good port. I like it. And I'm excited to be able to play it. I almost actually did skip this version and just go straight to the Switch version. But it's just, from what I understand, it's technically different, even if they're based on the same thing. So I figured if my quest is to be my quest, you know, quests, are they as meaningful if they're easy? I don't know. My burden to bear is that I have to play this on the phone and on my Switch, so truly I'm suffering, so we shall await that return most eagerly, Brave Dan. Oh, I should have read the other thing more carefully because that's usually what I like to say. Thanks for watching. This tends to go by pretty quickly, this game. It's not super long. And I'm looking forward to getting through this one and the Switch/console port as soon as I can. I think technically there's a PlayStation port, but I think it's just this game. And I don't even know that I could get my hands on it because I think it came out with the Dragon Quest XI. Like there's a bonus when you win, where you can play the original Dragon Warrior, but I don't know if it's this port or if it's just the Famicom port. In any case, it's not something that I can get my hands on easily, I don't think. I might look into it, but I'm really excited to get to the HD2D is really what it's about. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. We'll tackle a little bit more. You know, I feel like we'll hit up the mountain cave again. So we'll do mountain cave, and we'll upgrade armor, and we'll go to Rimuldar. So get keys from Rimuldar. Oh, Rimuldar. Get keys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.